But all too often, customer service in this country is terrible.
If I'm ignored in a shop when I'm there trying to spend my money, I'll just walk out.
I want to be made to feel special and that I'm of value to them. If not, I may as well buy on the internet, just have it delivered.
With the boom in online shopping, if the high street wants us to keep coming back, it has to up its game. But in reality, the way you, the customer, are treated
Ain't good enough.
It doesn't look right.
Well, then you don't like it, or no?
Customers are never right.
in this series,
Shut up, shut up, shut up!
I'll be tackling some of the worst offenders, proving that great service isn't just good for the customer, but good for the bottom line too.
I genuinely don't know how you get up and think that you're going to make money.
This week, I'm taking on a used car dealership that seems to hate dealing with customers.
It is so tempting to say to them, please, just go away.
By sending in my secret shoppers, I want to show them what it's like to be sat on the other side of the sales desk.
Do you do part exchange on this?
I'd say any part exchange, bike, house.
But in this male-dominated industry...
Don't patronise me, Paul.
I'm not.
Have I bitten off more than I can chew?
I think that is so offensive.
I'm on my way to Aylesbury to visit Gatehouse Cars, a failing used car dealership and service centre.
Used car salesman, those three words. Naturally, what comes to mind? Sheepskin coat, hat on. Right, darling, you're going to lap this deal. Trust me, which is the last thing I'll probably do.
Used car dealers have been voted one of the least trusted professions in the UK, and 10 million of us think buying a car is a stressful experience.
I would say to encapsulate car dealerships in one word is untrustworthy.
I do think there are issues of trust when you're buying second-hand cars, yeah. I don't always feel that you're getting what you're paying for and what they say you're getting.
Would I trust most used car dealerships? I'm not sure that I would.
Some dealers are only concerned in a quick buy, quick sell, make the profit and go.
What I find fascinating here is buying a car, new or second-hand, is normally the biggest expense after buying your house. So why is it not one of the most fabulous, glamorous experiences when you're spending that money?
And Gatehouse Cars is certainly a far from glamorous experience. It's run by 42-year-old owner Paul, who hasn't always wanted to be a car dealer.
I wanted to be a professional snowboarder and then a stunt man, but there was always cars.
Paul's right-hand man is salesman Mike.
Me and Paul grew up together. I'm actually godfather to his eldest daughter. At work, he is the sales director. You know, when out of work, I'd sometimes have to give him a bit of a slap.
And out the back is the third amigo, Lindsay.
Some staff might sound moody, arrogant, a miserable bugger.
Lindsay's the most knowledgeable, successful used car man that I've ever come across, but he's just extremely rude. He doesn't get on well with, doesn't play nicely with others.
He can't deal with customers. He's too old and grumpy now.
But customers aren't something that any of the staff have to deal with very often.
Look at it. We've been out here all day. How many customers have come in? One. Phone's not ringing off the hook, is it?
Currently selling just over 10 cars a month, if Gatehouse Cars doesn't double its sales soon, it could end up on the scrap heap.
If the dealership failed and had to close, it'd be devastating. It's all I've known, you know, it's all I've ever done.
Unfortunately for Paul, if he doesn't improve his customer service, that could be a very real possibility.
I would never buy a second-hand car from them.
You kind of get the impression that they're not really that bothered.
I wouldn't go back.
I would go back.
Paul's called me in to get to the bottom of why his business is failing, so I've sent in my secret shoppers to find out what's really going on.
Yeah, with buying off me, you moan enough, I'll give you money back.
I mean, that would just put you off completely. You seriously imagine anywhere else them getting away with that complete apathy for a £5,000 sale?
What's the MOT on it? How long has it got?
Don't care. I'll put 12 months in.
Oh, will you?
Not my money.
Do you do part exchange on this?
Yeah, I'll take any part exchange, bike, house.
All of that just adds up to this lack of professionalism.
When the phone rings, customers have to take a back seat.
Hang on.
Oh, yes, no, I know. That goes right down, doesn't it?
Gatehouse Car Sales, Mike speaking.
You're just serving someone, many £1,000 sale, the phone rings, you pick it up and just start chatting.
Even when Mike does do the right thing.
One coffee, one tea?
Yes, please. White with sugar.
Both white with
Oh,
sugar.
lovely. Thank you.
My secret shoppers still end up feeling abandoned.
I don't know where he's gone.
Just left them sitting in the office. In that hideous, dingy office. Where do you start with this lot? Where do you start? It's not something I've ever done before, gone into a used car dealership. It's selling, so I understand how to enable people to sell, but it's dealing with a different breed. It is. There's no two ways about it.
This might be new territory, but whatever you're selling, if you don't put customers first, you won't survive.
How would you even know where to go or what to do? You'd think, am I in the right place? So you've got these with prices on them, and then all of these without prices on them. I don't get it. I'm in what is basically a dodgy old car park, potholes, ripped old flags that look like just someone's grey old underwear. This is a shop window. Would you want to look through this? Let me in. You wouldn't want to come in, would you? Prisoner cell blockade. This isn't selling. This is a dumping ground with prices in the windows, and then you've just got to follow the yellow brick road and hope you'll bump into someone, I would imagine.
Hi, I'm Mike.
Hi. How long have you been selling cars, Mike?
A couple of decades.
Really?
Yeah.
And what are these up the back?
All these 3 lines are all sold.
And you wouldn't think to put a sign on saying sold?
No.
And what goes on in here?
This is a workshop. This is the MOT test station. So the guys are doing all the MOTs.
Hi, guys.
This is Kyle. This is Mary.
Is that your picture up the back there, Kyle? Why car showrooms always got to have naked
It's the
women?
calendars. The mechanics get the ones with the nudies. Salesmen get the ones with all the cars, flashy cars.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Mary.
Yeah, blimey, I'm just thinking I want to be in this business.
Yeah,
I think it's easy. I park a few cars out in the forecourt and go, yeah, here's the keys.
That's all you need to do.
It is, isn't it?
The difficult bit is attracting them to come in the first place.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I can see the
like we said
difficult bit
earlier.
of attracting them. I think you've pushed the boat on that. I think you've gone for nice grey ripped signs, prison entrance. Come on, show me your office.
So, yeah, you're walking into our customer waiting area here. We've got the sofas over there for the customers to wait while Mike does the business. And in here we've got Lindsay.
Hello.
Hello, Mary.
What do you do?
I do all the buying, and it's my responsibility to value every car.
Do you sell to the customers?
The only time I speak to the customers is if Michael is not here, which is normally on a Thursday. Other than that, no, I'm purely office-based.
So Thursdays you're the salesman, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And do you like customers?
No. I've dealt with them for so long that I do find them quite abusive at times to you and ask some silly questions.
Now that I've looked under the bonnet of the business, it's time for me to give these salesmen an MOT of their customer service. My first secret shoppers arrive in the yard on the one day a week that Lindsay's left in charge and forced to deal with customers.
I'm looking for an automatic.
Right, OK, I'm driving it at the moment.
Oh, you're actually driving it?
Yeah.
Is it for sale?
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean you drive it. I don't
Well, I
understand.
get in, I'll put the key in and turn it and drive it. Yeah, I use it.
It's a bit grubby.
Yeah, we're sitting out here on the road.
Lindsay's driving one of the cars for his own personal use, but cleanliness isn't his top priority.
Are you a smoker?
Yes.
Naughty.
They'll be mine.
Ah! Hairs! There are... Look, right there. Look, there's hairs.
Are you serious? That's like me working in a boutique, putting the clothes on, putting them back on the hanger the next day.
You know you're not supposed to smoke in them.
Would you find it acceptable that I want to look at that car, I drive it, and there's fag ash in it and his hairs?
No, definitely not. That's not.
Should we just go in? I don't think they're going to come out.
My next secret shoppers eventually tracked down Mike.
Is there anything you wanted to have a look at?
I'd emailed about the CRV, the black one.
Black CRV, so if I
Yeah.
give you the keys, you can have a quick look, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
But within seconds, he disappears.
Let's have the car to ourselves.
Answering the phone when with customers is an unusual sales technique that Mike repeats again and again.
Gatehouse Car Sales, Mike speaking.
Right. Say this was a full-price showroom. No one would pick up the phone in the middle of it and take a call. No one. And especially when we're dealing with something that's 8,000.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hardly, on any level, smooth customer service. OK, let's see what else.
And there's something else that definitely shouldn't be acceptable.
Yeah, well, with buying off me, you moan enough, I'll give you money back. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Well, it's fucked me up, excuse my language, because I drive stuff that's got tax on it.
You think it's funny effing and jeffing in front of that?
Wow.
Dude, sorry. No, you think it is funny. If you went into Rolex to buy a watch for £5,000 and the bloke, oh, I don't effing care or whatever, laughing, would you genuinely think that was acceptable?
No.
He thinks it's fine.
I know. I've got to change that culture, Mary.
Don't patronise me, Paul.
I'm not.
You're laughing inside, aren't you?
I'm not.
He'll be paying me lip service that you even know he is.
I'm
I'm
not.
not even going to comment on it.
He thinks it's funny. You all think it's
I
funny.
don't
You're
think
such a
it's
pure
funny, no, not at
lads. It's all lad culture. It is. Any culture of any organisation comes to the top.
Yeah, maybe. The secret footage was a bit of an eye-opener to me.
No one likes looking at himself on camera, especially their bad points.
Some of the ways in which Mike comes across. He means well, but he just needs to word it in a different way.
I thought maybe we could get away with it, but obviously not.
Gatehouse is a second-hand car dealership that thinks second-rate service is all their customers deserve.
On the used front, I don't think they need to be pampered that much. If they've seen a car and they've made the effort to come down here to look at that car, you know, pretty much they're going to want to buy it.
Used or not, when you're spending thousands, respectful, attentive sales staff are a must. So I'm taking them just a few miles up the road to somewhere that's made an art form out of their customer service.
We're out in the English countryside at a very beautiful luxury spa. At the heart of what they do is train their staff and enable them to give a brilliant service to the customer. This is the antithesis of the second-hand car dealership. But I champion great customer service in this country. And second-hand car dealership is one of those areas that still hasn't been challenged. And that's what I want to do.
Never been to one, so it's the first time for me.
You've never been to a spa?
No, surprisingly.
I don't want a mud pack.
You don't want a mud pack?
No.
God, I like a mud pack.
Ignoring customers, repeatedly answering the phone mid-sale and even disappearing, these salesmen have broken every rule in the customer service book.
Hi, Mary.
Morning.
I want them to see there is another way of doing things, so I've asked training principal Rachel to show them that listening to your customer is essential.
Actually, the listening is really, really important, and I think that starts to build trust. And perhaps in car dealerships, you don't have that, whereas in environments like this,
you do.
That's what we work on. So the important part to remember is you've got 2 ears, 1 mouth, and you use them in that ratio. You listen more than you speak. I'm not a great advocate of selling. What we do is to recommend. So we listen to people's needs and then we will recommend things.
It does worry me slightly, but...
Why does it worry you?
Because if somebody's actually arrived to see a car that they're interested in, why would you try and move them away from that car?
You're always listening to them. And if you think, God, actually, this other car is going to be better for them, you will be, as a professional, able to guide and show them that. And I think I would leave there thinking, that guy put me at the centre of that sale.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I'm hearing a lot of, yeah, especially from Paul. Just don't think he's telling me what he really thinks. I'm going to word with them. Don't just say to me, oh, yeah, it's good, I get that. You're finding it difficult to understand how any of this can be relevant. You're just going, yeah, great, and thinking she's talking out of her backside, which just annoys me. Tell me to my face.
Yeah, so I've spent a lifetime welcoming people to used car forecourts, and I don't know as the mindset is the same as coming to a spa retreat.
I'll tell you, I'll put it another way. As customers, we clock up in our head what becomes good. So when a person's coming to buy a car from you, they think, how have I been served in other aspects of my life?
It's how we relate that to our little business.
That's what we've got to work out. I do know that you two look like a couple of blonkers standing in your dressing gowns, eh? Let's get him. How to work out 3 blokes second-hand car dealers. I need
Maybe the best way for these salesmen to understand what customer-centric service is to experience it firsthand.
Hello, you right?
Okay, so what kind of skin routine do you have at home?
Just normal wash.
With soap?
Yeah.
So we always recommend maybe like a massage every 2 weeks, and then
Yeah.
could go into other treatments.
I think what's going to benefit you the most is really sort of scalp massages and also something like hot stone massage.
Your neck and shoulders are very tense.
Yeah.
Selling through recommendation is the opposite of everything these blokes are used to.
Did you feel that you were being sold to? Can you be honest with me?
No, not at all.
I was listening to what Georgia was saying, and it's like, yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I sign up? You know, I'll get my credit card out now and sign me up for a few of them.
I'd never have guessed it would be Lindsay who'd be the most receptive. I want to see if he and Mike have learnt anything today by asking them to sell treatments to the spa's guests.
I reckon you're going to be the most natural, Lindsay, because you were the one that fell in love with it.
What, with the treatments?
Yeah.
Absolutely, fantastic.
See? And I think also, though, if you really like something, because you don't really love selling cars, do you?
Not anymore, no.
But if you really like something or it does something for you, then it's so easy to sell it, isn't it?
Get very enthusiastic, yeah. Hello there, good afternoon. Welcome to Champneys. I'm Lindsay. How can I help you?
So I hold a lot of tension in my neck and
Yeah.
my shoulders.
Okay.
So it's just something just to get rid of that tension.
I had a shoulder massage and a facial earlier on. I mean, any more chilled, I'll be horizontal. That's a really good thing for you.
Yeah.
Lindsay's probably the most experienced salesperson I know. I'd love him to get more involved with the customers. If we could get him enjoying that part of the business again, it would be good.
And then you can come back, you can arrange a treatment plan and work around you from there.
I think you did well. I think you did well.
It's going back to something I've done previously. It's quite a little buzz talking to people. I don't do it that often, and maybe I should do it more.
Now, I want to see if Mike can leave behind male swagger and laddish language to actually connect with customers.
Hi, I'm Mike.
Hi.
How can I help you today?
Well, I've got 3 kids, so I'd really like to de-stress.
Well, I actually had a head in the clouds earlier, and it was absolutely wonderful.
Head in the clouds?
Yes, it was de-stress. It was lovely. So there's that option. Hot stones is another option, but it's up to you. What would you...
I like the sound of the head in the clouds.
OK, well done. So you could have handed it back to her a little bit and say, you know, is that the sort of thing you're looking for? And perhaps engaged a little bit more at that point.
Okay.
But really, really good start. All right, fantastic.
Good start.
Away from the car yard, Mike seems to be taking on board this new approach to customers, but I want to know how he really feels about his job.
I don't think I get to know you at all. I don't know what part of the job that you find stressful, because you obviously do. I'm really finding it difficult to work out honestly what you like and what you don't like about the job.
Well, Paul, trust me to do a job on my own without any help, without any training, and I do get stressed.
I know.
Because I have to do things, I have to answer the phone. I don't want to answer the phone while people are in the, you know, while I'm talking to people, but it's needs must. I mean, there's no one else to do it.
With 2 other businesses taking up most of Paul's time, it seems the Gatehouse team are left to fend for themselves.
I really don't think Paul realises how much Mike takes on his shoulders. I don't, because Paul just by nature isn't that kind of person. And secondly, I don't think he thinks in that way. And I think Mike would never tell him, because that's his mate. And he'd feel he was letting him down.
But as Mike's boss, Paul needs to know what pressure Mike is under.
There's no two ways about it. We have an issue here where he's run off his feet.
He won't ever ask for anything. That's another difficulty.
But don't you think that's because he wants to feel he is
Doing the job
doing
right.
all right?
Yeah.
Because you're the boss, you're the owner.
He's been my mate a lot longer than he's been an employee.
Well, is there a bit of, doesn't want to let his mate down?
I think so.
He's the key to your success. So somehow he's the nut that needs cracking.
OK.
Despite all my preconceptions about car dealers, I'm beginning to like these guys. I really want to help them build their business in the right way.
Today, you were shown a brand, a beauty brand, and how they work. We need to get ourselves to that. I want you to go home tonight and I want you to make a list of what sets you apart as a business that will stop people thinking they're just a load of second-hand car salesmen. About it, guys, will you?
Yep.
Really?
We will do. Yeah, definitely.
Building a brand in an industry with so many negative stereotypes was never going to be easy. But I need Paul to realise it's also an opportunity to lead the way.
I mean, when I think used car salesman, I think Arthur Daly, sheepskin coat and a hat. And what I've seen so far is not that far off. Someone will come along and do it really well, you know that. Someone will redefine the sector and you will have to change.
Yeah, that's right. It would be really nice to redefine it. And really do the presentation well. As well as, which we do really well, which is the preparation of the cars. If people can see past the yard and, the appearance, they'll find that the used cars are prepared to main dealership standards.
There's no doubt Gatehouse offers a good product, but when it's presented so badly, it's no wonder customers are doing a U-turn at the gates. I need Paul to grasp how the look of a place is essential to the customer experience.
The thing I really want to crack today is to them, because they're not brand new, they just shove them on the forecourt, don't think twice about how they sell them, how they look. You're meant to expect that for a second-hand car.
At this high-end watch emporium, whether they're selling their most expensive timepiece at almost £250,000 or a pre-owned watch for the same price as a Gatehouse car, presentation is everything.
How are you both?
Oh, yeah.
Let me introduce you to Damien.
Good morning.
Hi, Damien.
Hi.
Damien runs this wonderful empire. It's stunning, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
This building is the first we designed with client in mind. Every boutique is connected with secret walkway at the back.
And why do they walk behind?
It's like a theater. If you imagine, whoever pulls the string in the theater, it's at the back.
On
So the
stage,
front, the performance goes on. So for clients to come in and enjoy means they undisruptedly walk and enjoy the environment because the team members are having their own space. And that enables us to ensure that every consultant never leaves the client.
So no client would ever be on their own without a consultant. We can do that well with one bloke, can't we? Poor old Mike, on his own.
Up to you.
Thank you. Okay.
There's a lot of digital content that we do have in store because we want to target every single audience. So we do have something to talk about, educate, and introduce to every client. It's very interactive. You can play with the time wheel.
Paul and Mike need to start giving their customers premium-level presentation. One that's befitting the price tag of their cars. I want to know how much they've learned today by giving them a little challenge.
So I've got a little task for you prepared over here. The objective is to set up the timepieces with great attention to detail, but look at it so it speaks to a client. Now, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, guys, I'll leave you to it. I'm going to sit over here and watch.
Great. Perfect. Thank you.
Obviously, the higher ones are going to be at the back. So what ones do you...
What, the higher price ones?
Do you want to go higher price, higher pedestal?
I don't know.
This could take all day.
When I sent the secret shoppers in, the attention to detail was not there. And watching it, here's the black gloves to pick up the watches. Watches that are 5,000, 7,000, 10,000.
whether to have these signs at the front or the back. Rolex Explorer, that's there.
We've got Lindsay coming in with the car that he's driven the night before, flag in hand, ash on the floor and hairs around it, and leaving that on the forecourt for people to buy at 7,000.
Bung these here, look. How much is that, Mike?
200 quid.
What are you two doing?
Try not to break them.
Make sure the tags are out of line. Shut it up.
What's the message here? For me, mess. That's the message. Inconsistency. 2 messages. I can give you more, but I think, you know, let's be nice. Nothing is in line.
We didn't want it to be in line because we haven't got that many
It's not what you want, it's what the client could
okay.
find better. Do me a favor, come from the other side and look at it and tell me what you see.
Well, you just see this bar here.
That's all you see.
Yeah.
So
That's all I saw. I couldn't even see the watches.
The boys got involved today, but I'm still not convinced they're taking this seriously.
It's the first time, I suppose, I've ever had to deal with people where they've thought, oh, God, this is just pointless, a lot of what I've done. I know they have. And that's been really difficult, actually.
Yeah, it was all right. We understood it. We knew what we were doing. We were just messing around.
They give me a smile, give me a joke, bit of banter, bit of bloke. Unless I crack that and understand it, I can't see how I can take the business to the level that they need.
I'm working with Gatehouse Cars, a second-hand dealership that's typical of the industry.
Why is it that every part of the process is done in that kind of practical, blokey way over a bonnet? How much for the smoke?
In this masculine world, everything is run by men, for men, meaning a huge section of the market is ignored.
I think the attitude towards women in car dealerships are they would much rather speak to a man. I do feel as a woman you tend to get fobbed off a little bit.
I'm spoken down to. I'm not a stupid person, but I'm treated as if I am.
When I have been into a car sales room on my own, a little bit intimidated.
They tend, when you go in together, when we've been in together, they talk to the man. They don't talk to the woman, which actually I find quite irritating.
But the fact is, today women influence 80% of car purchasing decisions, which means the industry is targeting the wrong people.
So I brought them to Silverstone because I have to just kind of be within their world, but also try and show them what women need and want. I want them to really understand how women buy and how women influence what men buy. Morning, ladies. Hello. You're Heidi.
Heidi. Rachel.
Hello, Rachel.
Hi, Mary. I'm Claire.
Hello, Claire.
I'm Steph.
Hi. Going to introduce you to the guys. These ladies here spend their time, specifically women drivers that you teach.
Yes.
So they have a real understanding of what women look for when they're buying. You run a website.
I run Foxy Lady Drivers Club. It's the UK's only motoring club for women drivers.
OK, what do you think, Mike, the most important thing is for women when they go looking for a second-hand car?
Trustworthy.
Yeah.
Offer good after-sales. Listen.
Yeah, I think they want to know that they're getting a good car, similar to most drivers.
They're laughing. Can you...
Do you think women want a different level of service?
I definitely think we are actually looking for more than we're getting in what is traditionally known as a very masculine environment.
OK, so can you try and explain it to these three over here? Because they're looking so befuddled.
From experience of being a driving instructor, I've had pupils that don't want to go on a driving test with a male examiner, therefore I go and sit in the back of the car. It would be nice to be able to go out test driving it with a female.
Because
having that
they feel a bit
availability.
intimidated by the male.
Many reasons.
If I was buying a car and I knew that you guys create a place where I want to be, that I feel secure, I feel safe, I feel trust at the heart of it, then I think you'd get a lot more women on their own coming in.
In order to accelerate their business, I want to find out whether they're willing to change lanes and fully embrace women customers.
The thing I'm still struggling with is I think there's a massive gap in the market and I'm not sure you see it.
I'm not 100% sure as I do either. Do you?
No, I don't think you do.
Because we've been doing it for so long, we don't know how to change it. So
I think that's
it's
fair
a
enough.
mindset.
I think that's totally fair enough. What I suppose I'm asking, are you prepared to change it? Because I think it will need fairly significant change right from the top. And you've got to feel comfortable, Mike, because you're going to be the person fronting that.
There's a couple of things that were said today that annoyed me a little bit, because obviously they don't know me. I thought that was a little bit over the top. A man coming out, approaching a female is...
No, but you are aware why a lot of these women don't want to go out on a test drive with a man?
Give them the option.
No, but do you know why they don't want to go out?
No.
I do.
Intimidation, though.
What?
Scared of being raped.
Yeah.
Being attacked. That's
Is
what
it?
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
That didn't even enter my head.
No, I know.
I wouldn't believe that someone would come in to me and I would be capable of that sort of thing. They're coming to my
Thinking that of
workplace,
you.
thinking that of me.
Yeah.
I think that is so offensive.
I think if you are maybe a 20-year-old who's buying their first car, or 22, to go out with a man in the car on your own might be something they feel uncomfortable with. She was saying even the driving instructor, she will get in the back of the car sometimes. It's not you, Mike. It's understanding women. And when you do come into it, it's a bloke's world. It feels blokey. What we want to do is to break that. I want you to think about how you're going to connect with this female consumer. I think unless you do something radical, I'm not sure you're going to have that great a business in the future. I think you'll just be kind of nice bunch of guys who, you know, sell cars in a kind of trustworthy way.
A few home truths.
Yeah, and I got a different perspective on things as well.
Yeah, so did I. What Mary's was getting at with all the female stuff is something that I wouldn't have thought that women would think. I'm going to have to make a lot of changes. But if that's what we need to do to build the business up, then let's do it.
Today, I feel the pennies definitely dropped with Mike and Lindsay. And Paul is starting to see it, but is being at least honest and going, no, I don't quite get this. So I've just got to see what they come up with.
It's been just over a week since I last saw Paul and his team at Gatehouse Cars. I'm interested to find out what steps they've taken to start speaking to their women customers.
Well, I'm hoping that when I turn up, that it actually does start to feel more an attractive proposition and not just some old car park with a soulless office on the side, and that they've really thought about this female consumer.
I think Mary has, you know, G'd me up into looking at the business. I've had a Louis Vuitton kick up the arse.
3 blokes trying to second-guess women will not be easy.
We've made a few changes. It's pretty easy, really. We've got a coffee machine now. We've got some flowers. We've got a children's waiting area. We've tidied up the forecourt as well, cleaned the place, made it more customer-focused and more attention to detail, which I think is the important thing.
They put 2 flags up that say safe and sound. What's that about? Have I come to the right place?
You have,
So you're called Safe and Sound now?
No, we're still called Gatehouse Car Sales. We've just changed the warranty that we offer. It's designed to be more female-centric.
So far, so good.
Show me that you've got rid of those dirty pictures that were up the back.
Didn't even know they were there.
Look, still up. Look, dirty pictures.
Could you take that calendar down, mate?
Looking at it. So sorry to be a killjoy.
When I said I wanted a female presence, that's not quite what I had in mind. I hope things improve inside.
Hello.
This is Sarah.
So is this where they put you?
Yeah.
Sarah's not here on a permanent basis.
I don't work here every day.
At the moment, if a female test drive's required, she'll be called in and, you know, take the test drive.
Called in, she's not here then?
No, she's just up the road.
Yeah, but that's not giving you the face of someone who's a friendly female there. How many days do you do?
I do about 5 hours a week on average.
I was getting excited there, Paul, for all of a minute.
Not to say that we won't get a female employee, but it just takes time, you know. And like you say, we do want to trial it.
That sounds like a lip service to me. Come on, let's see. That sounds like a total lip service to me. It is. What's happening back here?
I can see the boys are trying. Boy, are they trying. But a pot plant and pink fairy dice aren't the radical changes this business needs.
Hey, look, there's a female car salesperson working on it now, look.
I like her jacket as well. I like the way she looks.
Mm.
Oh, not myself. Oh, Lynn.
That wasn't supposed to come out, was it? Get out.
I'm talking about the jacket, and Lindsay's in the corner going... They've made big efforts. Some of them quite funny, but at the heart of it, they've understood where I want to take the business, and they agree. That's massive. Now it's a case of us pulling it together, making it even better, and selling that to the British public.
These guys have come a long way already, but I think it's time for me to show them how far they could really go and exactly what their business could be. So I've invited designer Callum Lumsden along to pitch them some bold ideas.
What we've done here is sectioned up the departments, you know, for the family, the type of car that's a great family car, using the signage. So it's like a scaffolding, so you keep that kind of urbanness about it. And I love this. Spraying that and putting Gatehouse on the front there, you know? Really.
So rather than having to remove the fence, actually use it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Use it. Isn't that beautiful? It starts to look really professional, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. The worrying bit is...
Which, obviously, we're all thinking.
Yeah, where
They're
are we
in
going to
enough room.
But that's the kind of detail that we need to kind of tie up with you guys before we actually construct it.
Now, we do need to talk monies. We're talking about 20,000.
But that's far too much. You know, £20,000 investment on display.
It's not a display, it's a complete new concept for the business.
I get the rebrand and I get the concept of it, but 20 grand's a lot of money.
I think it depends on whether you really are prepared to invest on creating a brand that is actually pulling away from other second-hand car dealerships, that becomes a destination across the country.
I've asked Gatehouse Cars owner Paul for £20,000 to help reinvent his business. But so far, negotiations have stalled.
It amazes me that we haven't looked at what is actually what the customers are going to end up with. So the car and how it's prepared and what it comes with.
Why would I look at your motors when you know that inside out? Where I saw the opportunity was as if you just go, actually, we're going to move ourselves outside the pack and we're going to create a new way of selling second-hand cars. And we're going to create an environment that leverages that through every touch point that we do. So when you walk in, you feel there's a professional hand behind this business that actually cares that you go out with the right car on the road. That's what will make your business different.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Where have you got to on your finances and your thinking?
I've given the budget around 7,000–8,000.
Hopefully, what will happen is we'll start on this level, and as the money comes in...
Oh, exactly. Yeah, definitely.
You grow it, and you'll be able to see what works and where you can really invest to build this business of the future. Well, that's it. That's it. We're going now. We've got to get the builders in. You ready?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
With less than half the budget needed, we've had to scale back the plans, but at least it's a step in the right direction.
I'm pleased that he's going to invest a bit of money in it, yeah. It feels like a new start, a new beginning.
Gatehouse as a brand is now beginning to feel like an actual dealership as opposed to a storage yard with a few cars parked in it.
With the launch of the new look Gatehouse just around the corner, everyone is firing on all cylinders.
We're cooking on gas now, Mike.
Today, I'm on my way to see what the next generation of female-friendly car dealerships looks like.
I'm quite excited about seeing it today. I want to see this kind of fresh image, new way of selling, that trust that they're putting at the heart of it, that real understanding. And it looks great. This is so much better, isn't it?
Now they have a well laid out and clearly signposted forecourt, partitioning off the cars for sale from the cars waiting to be serviced at the back.
I've got something that's telling me. It's like going into a great supermarket. You go, oh, actually, I can help myself. I know over there's the luxury end cars. Well, I'm not looking for luxury end. I'm looking for a first-time buy, maybe for my daughter. Oh, yeah, perfect. Already, you've got a business that's speaking to the customer and saying, implicitly, I get your needs. Hello.
How are you doing? All right?
All right, yeah? You good?
Yeah, not so bad.
Looks good, though, don't you think?
I think, yeah. Yeah, it works. It does work.
Yeah. I mean, no one else has done that.
No.
It is bright. I bet your customers are going to love this. I think this is jolly and fun. It's much better than that grey old reception area.
When I first arrived at this car yard, customers had no guidance or support. But this flowchart navigates them to their perfect car.
I like this as well. This is really going to work. Who's it for? So people can sit there and really think about that while they're waiting or talking in the city, run around for the family luxury. Oh, Lynn, you've had your hair cut for me.
Especially for you. Especially for you. Look at that. It's like an action man. I've even got eagle eyes.
And who are you?
Hi there, I'm Annabelle.
How welcome, a female face, yeah. How do you feel about coming and joining these guys?
No, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
By getting Annabelle on board, Paul finally seems to be giving Mike the support he desperately needs.
Hi, Mike. You putting your little signs in?
Yeah.
Do you like the new forecourt?
I love it.
Yeah, I
brilliant.
do. It just feels professional. And that's what you are. It is a professional car dealership. Just happens that the cars have been used before.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is good.
I mean, you see people going past and then having a look in. So
Yeah.
They never used to do that before because it looked like a car park.
3XL, would that be then your size?
I think that may be mine.
These are nice, aren't they?
Yeah.
Thank you for bearing the cold. Come on in and meet the guys.
Come on in.
With their professional new outfits, it's time for them to impress their public.
You looking for a car?
She will be in November when she passes.
Do you want to follow me and we'll have a little look?
Yeah.
Come on then. You can do all your servicing, MOT, and God forbid you have a prank, we can do that as well.
But just when it's all going so well,
I'm not answering this.
Why is that not being answered inside by 3 other team members?
Just unbelievable. Gatehouse Car Sales, Mike speaking.
You can take it so far, can't you? Yeah.
despite this hiccup, Mike is putting into practice all of the things he's learned over the past few weeks. And even Lindsay's enjoying dealing with customers.
You get 6 months road tax, fully checked, serviced, new MOT, full valet before it goes out. All of that's included in the price. So the price you see is the price you pay. That's on the road.
And a new idea of their own, Gatehouse now runs a car familiarisation course.
So that little arrow and that there is your tyre indicator.
I'm learning.
But most importantly, what do their potential new customers make of the changes?
It's just a really nice, friendly atmosphere.
I think there's not a lot in this area that is like this, which is great.
Much improved on the last time I came here. 100% better.
The welcome and the customer service, I feel very happy about that.
Have a little jump in, make yourself comfortable. It's a nicer place to be. Just looking forward to the future and focused into what I need to be doing.
I've got the keys. What I'll do is I'll pass you over to Annabelle. Having spent time with Mary, it has refocused me, and I suppose in a way I've got a bit of my mojo back, and a fresh set of eyes coming from outside the industry has taught us a lot.
It's been emotional. It's, you know, she doesn't mince her words, but yeah, I think overall it's been a positive experience.
So Steph's not easy, has given the Foxy Lady approved female-friendly standards, and they're measured by female feedback and mystery shopping visits. See?
Yep.
She'll be on you even when I'm not there. Nice. Oh, how bad if I put that up? Look.
Do you want a man to do that for you?
Yeah, And if ever I need a second-hand car, Lindsay.
Cheers, Mary. Thank you.
Mike, good luck, mate. I've really seen them believe in this, believe in it because they've seen and heard women firsthand saying this is what I want. But secondly, it's a commercial opportunity. There's a gap in the market. I mean, you'd be bonkers not to fill that. Take care, guys, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Bye, Mary.
And they're doing that. And I've actually had quite a bit of fun.
Call the strippers out.